Thank you for clicking on this Smashy Smashy Eggman movie reviews and more video. I told you I was watching a bunch of stuff, reviewing a bunch of stuff this weekend, and here we are. They, them. This movie dropped on Peacock earlier today. Yeah, I checked it out. I thought it sounded pretty interesting. A slasher film set in a gay conversion camp with a positive message for the... I'm not going to try to say the... I'm going to get it wrong. And I just don't want to... I don't want to get it wrong. So, as far as the message of this movie, it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's... be yourself. You don't need anyone to save you. You don't need anyone to change you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now let's talk about it being a slasher film. This is a awful slasher film. Like, it just is. Like, you get one kill right away. You get that establishing kill. But because it's the establishing kill, and we're now in a summer camp, and, you know, once you've watched a couple of summer camp slasher films, you kind of quickly figure out how it works. You're introduced to your main characters. You have a bunch of the campers, who there's a bunch of unnecessary campers. Like, they're just there. They don't say anything. They don't do anything. They are not cannon fodder. They're just taking up space. And that's kind of annoying because, like, why are we having... Why? If they're not cannon fodder, if they're not going to be characters, why are they there? Why? And oddly enough, like, between the guys' cabin and the girls' cabin, all of our characters, except two, come out of the guys' cabin. But of course, the two that come out of the women's cabin have to end up in a relationship. I would point out that there are two different, very, very quick sex scenes. One is between the two women who are romantically involved, and one is between two men. So at least they balance that. I would have really reamed into this if it was just the one versus the other. But it is, you do get one of each. So that's cool. Back to the slasher movie. So you get the opening kill, and then we meet our counselors, who are the villains of this piece. And you knew that was going to happen regardless. It's a gay conversion camp. Nobody's painting the counselors as good people. That's not what this movie's going to do, so don't think it is. That's not what we're doing here. You meet the counselors, but you're told one of them just started that day. Immediately you go, well, that's the killer. The person who died in the beginning of the movie, who has nothing to do with any of this, was clearly the person who was supposed to go to this camp. They got killed so this person could take their place. It's Slasher Movie 101, and at no point does this movie do anything to dissuade you from that fact. Now, it's a slasher film. Slasher film means you need bodies. So, how long does it take before we get a body? Dang near an hour. When the seldom-seen handyman gets his face shoved into a computer screen because he's a lecherous old man who looks at security footage of women in the showers. Yeah, he just gets his face... And apparently he has a thing for ventriloquist dummies? I don't know why. The set designer put a bunch of ventriloquist dummies in his room, in that set. But they're there. I don't know why. I'm confused. I am more confused by the fact that they are there with no explanation. Like, I'm very confused by why. Why? You had to find these things. You had to locate these things, and there was a choice made. And I don't know why the choice was made. Anyways, after he dies, we get nothing until the final succession of kills. Like, the rest of the murders all happen, like, bang, 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 bang. Like, the two of the counselors who are engaged, they get murdered. The wife of the head counselor, played by Kevin Bacon, gets slaughtered. One of the students who's posing, they're supposed to be a honeypot, basically. They get killed. So all the villainous counselors at this camp get murdered, and all we have left are Kevin Bacon and, of course, the counselor who just showed up with the students. And, of course, she reveals herself to be the killer, and then you find out she's the killer because she went to this camp, and it scarred her for life, which sounds like, oh, that's a reasonable killer, except I can point to movies like Dress to Kill and Fatal Attraction, and there are other ones out there where it was somebody of that group. Again, I'm not going to go into the letters because I will screw it up, and I don't want to screw it up. I'd rather just not say it than say something really stupid and offensive, because it's really easy to, and that's not what I'm going for here. But anyways, because this character is a member of that group, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter why they've gone crazy. You're still saying that a member of this group is more prone to a psychotic break under pressure than anybody else. It could have been any other rationale for why this person is there murdering people. Any other rationale. And why aren't the campers the ones being murdered? Like, I'm asking this because then the reveal is somebody who doesn't like the way Kevin Bacon and his people are handling things at this conversion camp, and that's why they're killing them. Like, paint the people who don't like what these kids are. Paint them as the villains. Don't paint one of their own as the serial killer. Yes, you're painting everyone else as villains as well. All of the adults are painted as villains, but truly have your slasher be not a member of that community. So I feel like this movie really failed right there. Failed hard right there. Also, again, there aren't a lot of kills. So it's just a lot of... Because, again, it's a slasher film. You're waiting for slashing to happen. You want slashing to happen. You expect slashing to happen. And the longer this thing goes, the more it doesn't happen, the more you get less and less invested and less interested. Also, our main character definitely watches someone get murdered. They could stop it. They have a gun sitting next to them. They have the ability to stop the murderer from murdering people. And they choose not to, and it's this really happy ending. Like, oh, they're going to go off because they don't need to be saved. And I'm sitting there going, doesn't that make them an accessory to murder? Like if you watch someone get killed and you have the means to prevent that from happening, regardless, like, Kevin Bacon's character could have been walked down in handcuffs at the end of this movie as well. Like, for what he's done, he doesn't need to die. Again, that's an accessory. They're an accessory. They're not having a happy life. They're going to jail. So yeah, it's meh. Again, if you want to watch a movie that's very positive for the community, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. If you're looking to watch a good slasher film, watch something else. Go watch Friday the 13th. It also has Kevin Bacon in it. But yeah, I really... Nah. They, them, it was... Nah. I was hoping it would just be more interesting than what it was. Really. Alright. So that's all I gotta say about that. Check out, I've already reviewed Prey and Bullet Train, which are the other two new movies this week. Check those out. I'm Martin Prevost. This is Smashy Smashy Eggman, movie reviews and more, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one.